This is Johnny Wrestling, or Johnny Takeover, as my shirt says. And listen, I want you to listen. Like, we're involved right now. It's crazy, it's loud, it's hectic. We're in New York City, but I want you to listen to No Holds Barred Network.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 8 of the All Elite podcast, right here on the No Holds Barred Network and live on youtube.com/NHBWR. Guys, go check out the network on Twitter at NHB Network for all your sources of WWE, NXT, UK Wrestling, and now home to the All Elite Wrestling for all updates like that. Please follow the Twitter page. You can also follow us on Twitter at All Elite Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. So everywhere. We're just everywhere right now. So all links are going to be down in the description below. You can follow myself at Real Kyle Masters on Twitter as well, and Tiffany at Loves to Dream 82. Guys, you want to listen to us on the go, we are available to listen to on Spreaker. Spreaker.com/NHBWP is a fantastic app. Allows us to go live when we're doing our other podcasts, and all other episodes of the podcast are available on there as well. You can also find us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and now Spotify. So go check out on Spotify. Go to podcast, search up No Holds Barred Network, and add us and follow us on there. Make sure, as always, you're hitting the subscribe button on YouTube and the little bell icon for all upload updates. It'll update you and whenever we are going live here on the podcast, and especially the Twitter account All Elite Pod. We will be posting up on there when we'll be going live. We'll be dropping episodes at random, just like the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes showing up to random places. We're going to be dropping in live randomly. So, guys, welcome to episode number 8, titled 26 Minutes. And no, we're not talking about that 26 minutes. I don't know. I should probably save that topic for Dad Ass podcast. That's not a wrestling topic.
Let's do it.
Anyways, let's kind of pump the brakes on that. 26 minutes in terms of Double or Nothing. Yes, the tickets went on sale yesterday and sold out in 26 minutes.
What a record, right?
But before we go anywhere, guys, I completely forgot to introduce us. And you want to know if you're new to the podcast, I am Kyle Masters. I am the CEO of the No Holds Barred Network and your host for the All Elite podcast. And I'm joined by my counterpart here, my co-host, Tiffany. And she also has her own podcast, guys. So That Ass Podcast, relationship-based podcast. So go give them a follow as well. You know, gotta follow them too. Gotta show some love to the other podcasts. Me and her do a coffee podcast on there once in a while, which we're in talks of doing another episode. So, just a variety. If you're into other podcasts, not just wrestling, you can check that out as well.
Yes. Yeah, we work together a lot.
Yes, but we are live on YouTube.
Absolutely.
YouTube.com.
Listen, I gotta show the merch.
The merch.
The merch.
She's got the AEW hoodie. It finally came in. She tried to get it for the last episode, but it didn't come in time. It came the day after.
That's like bullshit. Yeah. Like,
what are you gonna do?
Have it now.
Mm-hmm. I actually wanted the other one, and I went to go order it 2 days ago, and guess what? They sold out of every size above large.
Oh wow!
I'm not putting a medium on. Okay, that's we're just gonna have an uncomfortable podcast. Okay. I'm leaving it at that. You know, I'm not your typical Finn Balor body here, okay? I'm more like a Kevin Owens here, so I can't be wearing medium.
It's funny because a lot of those shirts, like a lot of the wrestling shirts as a female, like you have to go like so much bigger. Because I remember I ordered a shirt on the WWE shop.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the New Day, and at that time it was like an extra large, and like this extra large looked like it was gonna fit a toddler. So like, what? Like I had to buy like so much bigger on the WWE shop. So, but even the pro wrestling, if you're a chick, like I bought the villain hoodie, and it's like extra large, and I'm swimming in it.
Oh.
So this is a large, and I'm swimming in it a little bit. So
Okay. You gotta be comfortable, right?
yeah, I'd rather it be big, but not too big.
And speaking of merch, ladies and gentlemen, before we get anywhere, check out ProWrestlingTees.com, guys, your official source for all Elite Wrestling merchandise. I still haven't updated this stupid picture. I'm going to have to. But you can see there, you can see Tiff's little hoodie. It's right there, right to the right of the Jacksonville t-shirt. I got to add the new ones because there are a bunch of new ones that have been added already to the shop. But, guys, go check out ProWrestlingTees.com, the official source for your all Elite merch. And also check out Bernard the Business Bears t-shirt, who is a special guest on episode number 3 of the All Elite podcast. So go check out and buy his merch as well. He's got a sick-looking shirt there. So, guys, go check out ProWrestlingTees.com. Also, while you're at it, go check out Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand. They make a fantastic line of wrestling-type clothing, guys. You can see such stars down there as Kevin Nash, Eugene, Jake the Snake Roberts, and the woman, I always forget her name.
Oh, was it Rebby?
Rebby.
Rebby.
I'm going to, put Rebby, across the picture so I know next time. But anyways, our good friend and fan of the podcast, Jimmy the Ref, has loaned us a code to use. Use code JUMBO, all in capital letters, at checkout, and you're going to save 10% on your order. And speaking of saving 10% for your order, go check out the official sponsor of the No Holds Barred Network, and that is ExtremeWrestlingShirts.com. They specialize in pro wrestling and MMA apparel with over 50,000 t-shirts, sweatshirts, costumes, DVDs, and pendants in stock. And use code No Holds at checkout, and you're going to save an extra 10% on your order. And then one lucky fan a month that uses the code will receive a free gift alongside their order. Who uses the code No Holds at checkout. So, guys, go check out ExtremeWrestlingShirts.com, the official sponsor of the No Holds Barred Network. So,
Yeet.
Yeet. Yeet.
Yeah.
But,
So.
26 minutes.
All in sold out in 30 minutes. And
So this was 4 minutes shy?
This was 26 minutes, but I heard it would have been 10 minutes, but apparently the site crashed because everybody was on it.
Oof.
So it would have been a lot less. So actually, our friend Jimmy got tickets. He's going.
Okay, so you know what? I didn't make a thing for it, but it's probably going to be a feature segment whenever I need to rant in this show. I meant to make a little video or a little alert that I'm about to go into a rant, and me and Tiff are about to go into a rant, ladies and gentlemen. It's about and it has to do with the tickets. So we'll get to more about the 26 minutes and all that and how good it is. But let's just bring something up here. And a lot of people pointed it out on Twitter. Lots of people pointed out on Twitter that when these tickets first went on sale, you had the option of actually buying 6 tickets at once. And a lot of people did this. And they didn't do it for the right reason. Right. So and this is what pissed me off. It happens with every event, every concert. There's those scumbag pieces of shit people, and I apologize for my language, these fucking scumbag people out there that purposely buy shit ton of tickets so they can resell them for 4 times the amount. And then they're literally, it's basically what our boy JD said. They're taking the fun out of it for people that want to go and actually enjoy the match or enjoy the pay-per-view for a decently priced thing. It's ridiculous. They're selling it for double the price, but that money's not going to the All Elite. That's going to the people who bought them for cheap and are selling it at twice the amount.
It's more than twice. But the thing is if you watch the Being the Elite episode, they purposely put a clip in it saying that the prices were going to be reasonable. So they were anywhere from $32, that was all the way up in the nosebleeds, up to I guess floor seats, front row was $212. They wanted it to be reasonable for everybody.
So this is why. And then we got pictures here. We cropped some pictures out just for you guys to get an idea of what we're talking about. So I'm going to put it up on the screen now. These are the 200s. So these are way at the top there, as you can see in the seating chart. So what Tiff just said, these were originally going for $30 a piece. Now look at this. These scumbag people who've bought in these tickets and have put them on for resale for almost $200 a piece. That's almost 5 times the amount
it's
that they were originally going for. Not even just that.
I was so pissed because I follow a bunch of Facebook groups also. and I sent it to Kyle last night because I was really pissed. Some guy bought 6 tickets, and they were $32 a piece, and he was selling each one for $150. Like, what an asshole! I'm sorry, you're an asshole. Like,
they're not even going to the event. They're literally ruining it.
You're making a $700 and people will fucking pay for it because they
because that's why evilly that's a smart for them. I'm not saying it's right, but it's smart for them to do that because they know they'll make the money because people are desperate to go to this event. This is the worst part. What Tiff just mentioned with the floor seats. So she said she saw floor seats for $200 a piece. Now this is where it gets fucking ridiculous, and I'm gonna put up on the screen for you guys. The floor seats are going for almost look at this one guy, floor A, row 1 or row B, $7,000 a ticket. Then even the rest, like they're almost $1,000 per ticket. Then there's idiot up here saying row L in the 208 for $6,000. I don't know if that's a joke or is that 8,000. I can't really see here. Is that a joke? Like, what the hell is that?
Like, do you really think you're gonna get that?
So these are going for like almost 3 times the amount now.
More than that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for like some of like the floor C section. Yeah. But then if you go up to the first row, yeah, that's like it's just ridiculous. Like this, there's no excuse for this shit.
That's sad. And he's right. It's not just wrestling. It's other stuff as well.
Mm-hmm. It happens. It happens everywhere with concerts, with other sporting events, especially hockey games. That's the worst. From what I've seen, like people are just they'll buy at face value for like nothing, and then resell for more. And it literally for companies just starting out that really wants the real fans to come out there, and it's bad because now it's ruining the chance for people to like being able to afford to actually go out there. Because if they were at reasonable prices for $30 each, it makes it easier for people's travel time, their hotel, they're spending money on merch for AEW to make money. So, you know, it's just...
Matt said that, too, that, you know, they're taking consideration of, like, the travel, the hotel. I mean, I looked it up. I mean, I live in New York. So I think just the flight alone for me to go to Vegas was, like, $500-something that weekend. So that's just the flight. Never mind your hotel stay.
Yeah.
So it adds up. So $30, I mean... I'm not huge on doing like nosebleed, but I mean this is amazing. Like I would, if I had the money, I would love to do this.
And some people can't just make the excuse of Airbnb. Oh, you can do an Airbnb. Yeah, they're gonna jack the Airbnb. People are gonna know that there's a big event like that, so they purposely jack their prices up during that week so that they can make money because they know people will pay because they're coming down. I've seen it with WrestleMania. I went to WrestleMania last year and I looked at the Airbnbs around that area. Everywhere before WrestleMania time was like almost $400 cheaper than what they were charging for WrestleMania week.
Oh yeah.
We were lucky enough to have gotten it like 8-9 months before the actual event because I don't think she even knew that was happening that week, and we got it for a decent price. So it's terrible. It's really a shame. And for these fucking people that do this, you guys are just the scummy. You guys are one of the scummiest people on the face of the planet. And literally, if I ever met one in person, you know, I'll be blunt. I might just, you know, punch you straight in the face.
Well, wait
no
till
regrets.
You find all the scalpers for like NXT and
I'm gonna kick him in the balls. Be like, how do you live with yourself?
Look, I get it. Like things happen. Like okay, emergency happens. You have to put the tickets back up on sale because you can't go or something like that. I understand that. But the fucking assholes that are out there that you buy the damn ticket and jack up the price like 5-10 times the price.
It's funny you say that because I'll give you the perfect example. I just did something like that. So Royal Rumble, me and my buddy Phil, we were originally in the 300s, and we purchased the tickets for about $30 each. And we saw that it was 2 weeks before that the 100s were actually dirt cheap because they were trying to get people to come, so they lower the prices down. So me and Phil bought tickets for that section and then resold our tickets. So when I put them back on StubHub, I actually put it back on StubHub for $10 cheaper than what I actually purchased them for. Okay, I gave a chance for people to go and actually come to this and enjoy the event for a cheaper price.
That was nice of you.
So, I'm just saying, like, there are people out there that are scumbags, and you know, there are people. I'm not trying to just say just like me. There are people like me that will do it for the benefit of others and say, you know, like they want people to enjoy the event. Not these scumbag people who don't give a fuck and just know that you'll pay it. They'll know that there'll be the crazy wrestling fans that'll pay it just to make 10 times more than what they... It's scummy. It's scummy. Bottom line, it's scummy. And these people don't deserve to breathe. I'm sorry, that's pretty aggressive, but I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
Anyways, let's talk about some positives around this. This is insane. 26 minutes. WWE can't ever say they've ever sold out anything in 26 minutes.
No, look at all the stuff that's been going on around it that even the live events not even selling out.
That's
They're blacking out everything.
Yeah, the recent live event, there's nobody there. That looked like almost a they could have put in a high school gym and it would look better. But like there was no one there. And
I don't want to go to those things anymore. I think the last one I went to was not this past December, the December before, and I was bored. I was on my phone. I know we talked about this on my podcast. That
WWE can't blame it on like people can't afford anyway. There's nothing. This has nothing to do with recessions or people can't afford to go. It's because your product's fucking terrible. Your product is absolute the worst it's ever been, even with the promise of this stupid restart and fresh start bullshit. It's bad. It's been worse. It's gotten worse since that starting point. Since they all came back on TV and said, "Oh, we're gonna do a fresh start. Listen to the fan." Yeah, how many times the gullible ass fucking people that believed that they were gonna listen to the fans? I laughed. I fucking laughed. Like, oh, give WWE a chance. They might be serious this time. Are you fucking kidding me? How many times have they done this? Yeah. They're never going to listen to us. At the end of the day, Vince McMahon will listen to himself and himself only. Bottom line, there's no ifs, ands, or buts after that. But anyways, so Derby can't sit there and say that they can sell out 2 events already in 1 year in less than 30 minutes. So they can, you know, shove the big one. So this is great. 26 minutes is sold out. Well, technically not sold out. It was sold out by the scalpers. So we're hoping that the event actually does sell out. I'm assuming that they'll have...
Of course it's going to sell out.
It's going to be good. It's going to be... And then it's funny because it was actually Matt Jackson that tweeted out after this happened, and I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. I think we need to try one in a bigger building.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about this. We said that we think that they could actually probably sell out a college-sized football stadium or a college-sized stadium. Yeah. Like if you remember Royal Rumble, not last year, but the year before, they went to that, I think it was in Texas, they went to that football-sized stadium. The one where the ramp was fucking forever and some of the bigger people had to go on the go-kart to go all the way down to the ring. Mm-hmm. I bet you AEW can sell out an event like that. Guarantee. So I think obviously like what we said before, they need to start low and see how popular it's going to be with these events in regular-sized stadiums. Or regular size arenas, and so far, I mean, the attention's there, but I think it's gonna be another one of those things where they're still gonna have to wait and see how much it carries on, like how much are the fans gonna stay with AEW as it continues. So, I think eventually, for like maybe when they do set their eyes on like what's gonna be their WrestleMania pay-per-view, like their one event a year, that's gonna be the big one. They'll probably eye like a college-sized stadium somewhere like that, or a really big arena that can hold like 50,000 people, like Chase Field did for the Royal Rumble, something like that. So that's my guess, at least. So yeah, 26 minutes.
That's crazy.
That's
good for them, you know?
Yeah, literally good for them.
That's amazing. Like, I wish I could go.
I do too.
Like,
eventually,
we watching it anyway. Either way.
Eventually, we're going to. For the sake of this podcast, me and you have to attend an AEW event and make it like a vlog or a weekend out of it. Do a live podcast from the city, you know, stuff like that. If
you guys don't know, if you haven't like followed us before, me and Kyle actually never met.
Don't know.
So no. We're actually going to meet in April. So
yeah, I've met James. I met James in New Orleans in WrestleMania last year. Yeah,
and he met Jimmy, who gives us our code.
I think I met Jimmy.
You did meet Jimmy.
Me and Jimmy ran into each other on Bourbon Street during WrestleMania, where I was very much incoherent and didn't know I actually met him until I saw the picture on my phone the next morning. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
There's proof. There's proof.
There's proof, but
So I don't know if there's proof. There's no proof with you and James.
I mean,
you and Jimmy.
I'm telling you, me and James met. It was, and I'm pissed. I'm not pissed that I met James. That I'm pissed it was during the time Paige retired, who was my favorite diva. No, I was pretty pissed I missed that. I'm not blaming you, James.
That's Imagine. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm not throwing
all
shade
be
here.
together in April. So and then me and Kyle will probably be spending 5 times the amount to go to G1.
And there's gonna be photographic evidence of all 3 of us.
And video graphic too.
And video.
There'll be vlog. There might be a coffee podcast. There'll be things going on. So, but anyway. So, yeah.
Yeet. Yeah. Quick news out of today. Cody Rhodes went for surgery. He had no idea he was going for surgery.
Oh yeah, I knew something. He was waiting for after New Japan. He wanted to finish that off, and he wanted to wait a little bit. So. Yeah, he had knee surgery yesterday.
So I'll put it up on the screen for you guys, and for you guys listening on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or Stitcher, I will gladly describe the picture. So it's got Cody Rhodes in the hospital bed. You've probably seen on Twitter with his knee brace and all wrapped up. He tweeted along with the picture, surgery completed, went smooth, back to work, and he put in brackets, cowabunga, I guess. I'm not sure if he was just like still on pain meds at that point or what. But then Brandy Rhodes tweeted as well, they just took my love Cody Rhodes back for surgery. Hate being on the waiting end this time, but I know he's going to feel so much better in time for Double or Nothing. So just with that tweet alone, it looks like it's good news that Cody Rhodes will be okay in time for Double or Nothing to have his match with maybe my prediction.
Yes, we've been talking about that a lot. I don't know. Maybe Kyle's right. I have to give Kyle credit. Okay, I'm not one to.
Did you just say I'm? Are you? Is this a female
Kyle.
saying a male is right?
Listen, it's not about a male.
Is this a history mark here?
Listen, okay. I'm saying you. Okay, not
Me.
a male. You.
Me. Okay. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I guess it was last episode where I blah, blah, losing my voice now. Last video I said a prediction of is Cody Rhodes going to be facing at Double or Nothing, because he doesn't have a match. And I'm assuming they didn't announce it because they wanted to see how the surgery went for today or yesterday. My prediction is. Or a lot of people said that, okay, maybe he's going to do the NWA title rematch with Aldis. Or Magnus. Aldis? It's Aldis, right?
Aldis, yeah.
God, how did I forget his name? Anyways. Something happened. Magnus is going to have his title. He's going to have a title match, but not with Cody.
He came out looking for a tag team partner. And he wanted a match. For the gold. Put that damn gold on him.
And this is what, and I'm going to put it on screen for you guys. I'm going to transition it for you now. Marty Scurll, the villain, whoop, whoop, decided to come out. And him and Aldis are going to have a NWA title match. This sounds familiar. I feel like I've predicted this before.
Oh, Lord.
And
He go with the big head.
This is going to be before Double or Nothing. So if you listen to my prediction, I said that Marty Scurll was going to beat Aldis for that NWA title, bring the title over to Double or Nothing, and face Cody Rhodes for it. Just saying, guys. Remember this. Remember this. It's going to happen. But yes, Marty Scurll and Aldis, it's going down. That's going to be a sick match.
That's what he thinks. That's what he thinks. And you know what? I agree with him now. They do.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Tiff.
I admit it. I'm not proud.
It was your boy, Marty Scurll.
Yeah.
But speaking of Marty Scurll, he's also throwing some shade out. Which we'll go over really quickly. You guys can see it right now on the screen. He's he's got a selfie. You know, he's good at doing selfies, but he's not really happy in this picture. He's pretty upset here. And he's watching the Double or Nothing rally, and he's looking upset that he's not there. So he's still throwing shade out on the internet about not being included in AEW, but again, we all think it's a work.
I love this, though. This is how it should be. It makes it interesting. I love it. I just...
I wonder.
My two hotties are in that pic. Just say my two husbands.
Your 2 husbands. Where's the third? There's a third. I know there's a third.
There's many. There's many.
Well, we are talking about one, and we might as well get into. I don't know if you have it written down for news, but someone's appearing at G1. There was an announcement made.
Yes, Zack Sabre Jr. I love it.
One of the long rollout toilet paper looking lists that Tiff has of husbands. He's on there. But yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be at G1 Climax.
Yes. Me and Kyle are trying to go to that. We're trying to go to that. So we're in the works of that. So I need to go. And there's actually like a meet and greet going on the day before.
Oh.
So I don't know what's going on, Kyle. There's so much. Can't squeeze everything in like for that weekend. So maybe hopefully there's something AEW wise going on that weekend.
I hope so. Maybe we have to find like the little house show that no one's gonna expect they're gonna appear at and go to that, and then they'll appear at it.
Well, I told you that
They'll probably be at WrestleCon. Guaranteed. If there's a show going on WrestleCon, Matt, Nick Jackson, and Cody Rhodes will be appearing at that.
There's a lot of wrestling shows going on that week. The penis party. I bet you they're going to show up at the penis party because Joey Ryan is running that.
Yeah.
That's that Friday night that me and Kyle will be at NXT.
Hey, NXT is a good show, so
and
we have a good excuse.
Cuba Girl just wrote in the chat, Jay's more hotter. But Switchblade, I don't know. Did I tell you this, Kyle? Because I know I told Cuba Girl. Right before WrestleMania, there's a Bullet Club like meet and greet going on, like a block down from the MetLife.
Okay, because Finn Balor tweeted Jay White. Finn Balor tweeted Jay White a couple days ago. Like just Jay White, that's it. He just put Jay White. And I'm like,
that would be a good match.
Okay, what the hell's that for? I know he's still like there's like WWE people are allowed to acknowledge New Japan because they have that relationship. So I don't know. Okay, he just won a championship, did he not?
Yes.
So that's probably it's just a recognition thing, right?
I know I bring up Brad because me and Brad talk a lot about this, and Brad had said this to me. When did I go to his house? Last weekend, I think it was. I was watching New Japan, and Brad was saying that Switchblade is being molded as Kenny Omega's spot.
Oh.
So he was saying that they do the writings, their storylines 2 years in advance. So if people like leave, it kind of screws up the storyline or whatever like that.
Yeah,
so
Kenny Omega's not in the Bullet Club anymore. Right?
No,
he's still not. He hasn't joined back since leaving for the reunion with the Golden Lovers. So
yeah. It's a tailgate. Jimmy said you have to pay for it. Yeah, that I knew.
Okay.
That I knew, but I think that's kind of cool to do. But me and Kyle aren't going. We've already made a decision with that. So.
Okay. So, let's jump in some news and rumors since we covered the basis of the show already. So we'll end off with some news and rumors. So, Tiff.
Okay.
Start off with you.
Since you brought up Kenny Omega. Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega have clause in their contracts to still work with New Japan.
Ooh.
So they made sure that this was, because they like working with New Japan. So they made sure that this was written in their clause of their contract that they can go back and still work with New Japan. Now, I know like AEW's not going to work with New Japan at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe later. We've talked about this before. And Ring of Honor, not at this time, but maybe later down the line. So, but I think that's cool because then, that's how you get other people to come over, work with AEW, and then maybe AEW go work somewhere else. Maybe they'll show up in Impact. Maybe they'll show up, maybe one day.
Impact's in trouble. I'm hearing that they're getting really, really bad ratings on their new TV platform. So I hope they figure it out because I'm hearing their ratings are really dipping hardcore. So I think it might just be like the time of year too, because everyone's paying attention mostly to WWE and obviously this whole thing with AEW. So they're a lot of their viewers are kind of drifting away. So I feel bad for TNA. Anyways, that's good. I love the relationship that they've and I think AEW is going to do that a lot with wrestlers' contracts. There's going to be a lot of freedom obviously with their creative direction, the creative freedom within the company, within their when they do get their live TV deal. They're leaving the wrestlers with a lot of creative freedom. There's not going to be a writing team. again, there's plain and simple, they're going to have that type of freedom. So I'm glad that they're going to be incorporating that into the wrestlers' contracts as well. That they're going to, if they still want to wrestle for New Japan when they have nothing to do with AEW, then by all means, that's pretty good. I've loved it's the way to keep the wrestlers happy and to keep them there. So I really agree, or really happy with that clause.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Oh, well, since Jericho also, that they're AEW is also kind of associating themselves with the Jericho Cruise.
I saw that, and
So, 2020.
I was looking literally when I was waking up this morning. I was still in bed. I was scrolling through my phone, and I saw people talking about the Jericho Cruise, and I was curious. I went to the website and looked at the pricing. I'm like, oh man, if I was rich, goddamn. I know they do the payment plan thing too. God, I saw it would work out like this. So if I did the 9-month payment plan, it would start in March, and it would be for a standard room just for me, like the standard cheapest room they have on that boat. It'd be $173 a month for the next 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It'd be less for me because I know that.
Then I got curious. I'm like, let me like do the suite, the mini suite they have, like the first level suite they have, and that was it would have been the 3 payment plan because the other one was stupid. It would have been a $600 deposit now for March. Mm-hmm. In May, it would have been like another $700 and something, I think. And then July 1st was like you had to pay the rest.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot. It was like almost $3,000. Like, I'm like, oh.
Well, Jimmy's in the chat. Jimmy, when you went, I know he went with his friend. I think they just did a regular room or whatever. Like, I think they paid $2,000 for the both of them.
Yeah.
Let me know in the chat, like, how much it was. I mean, Jimmy was sending me pictures the entire time.
It's also going to be different for me, you got to remember, because it's Canadian in U.S. prices, and that's fucking, when I see something in U.S., I'm like, great, that's like already double in Canadian. So.
I don't know. Maybe we'll go. I'd like to go, and now that it's in January of 2020, it kind of gives me, like, some more time to, like, play with money.
Well, they sold out of 2 specific rooms, I think, so far.
Mm-hmm.
But those are like the really, really expensive one. Then I got curious, and I went all the way to like the presidential things you can buy, and I'm like, who has this money? Who has this goddamn money? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Even with the payment plan, I'm like, oh my god, they're like paying like $800 a month for 9 months. Like, who has that money? And if you do, share it with me. Bring me with you.
Jimmy, pay for me and Kyle. We'll put you on the podcast.
I'll pay you eventually. Just I can't pay you right now.
I need to go jump Marty Skrull.
give me a 16-month payment plan of like $50 a month, and I'll pay my way in there.
There's so much stuff that goes on. I can't. It's just so much. Like, you got WrestleMania week coming, you got All In coming. Then like, I want to go up to SummerSlam with Kyle for. Yeah.
In order to do this cruise, you literally have to like sacrifice everything for the entire year. You got to be like, if you're in our shoes, you got to be like, hey, everything that's gonna happen this year can't go.
Peanut butter jelly
cannot go
all day, every day.
It's like SummerSlam comes around, they're gonna have like the match of the century that everyone's gonna need to see. I'm like, I would have to be like, can't.
But that's not even including the flight. Like, Jimmy just brought that up, like that. You know,
I know you got to fly yourself to Miami.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's such an expense. So you'll take a Canadian beer.
I'll bring you as much Canadian beer as you want.
Kyle's bringing goodies when he's down here, so I don't know if I'm sharing. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. So it's a thought of something to do, but anyway.
Getting a little off top, but yeah, they're going down the Jericho Cruise. And speaking of contracts, you want to bring up the little bit of news I have here, and that is Brandy Rhodes saying that AEW stars are actually going to be getting paid the same level of pay. There's not going to be this tiered shit that WWE does. They're getting the same level of pay. So All Elite Wrestling interest level with fans only seems to be growing, and the same is true for professional wrestlers. The Elite are getting calls from all over, but as Tony Khan previously said, they can't sign everyone to a deal right now. While speaking to Gerweck, I don't know what that is, Brandy Rhodes couldn't get into dollar amounts because she has non-disclosure agreement signed. However, she did say that if you are an indie talent coming into AEW, you will start at the same spot regardless of your gender. She puts, obviously, and this is a quote from Brandy Rhodes, obviously I'm under NDA, so the non-disclosure agreement, so I can't tell you how much people make. So if you're someone coming straight from the indies, maybe you haven't been on television for a while, if you're a male, you're a female, you're starting at the same spot of level of pay. If you're someone who has been on TV for a while, and maybe you've been a champion at the company, or for another company, there's a lot of players who look the same whether they're male or female, so they're going to start at the same spot as well. AEW is looking at talent at a statistical level rather than a pay level. Tony Khan is an analytic master, and that is something that they've obviously been paying attention to. It might be hard to believe that everyone at AEW will be making the same starting out, but apparently that is the case apart from obvious expectations. So that's huge. So whether you're male, you're female, you've been world champion for X amount of companies, everyone is going to be starting at the same spot when you get signed to AEW. Right at the same spot. And then I imagine from there, they see how you do and how popular you get. They'll probably do something with your contract. There'll be a little bit of freedom. Okay, you get some. Maybe the contract says you're going to be starting out at this point, but you could get signing bonuses in the future for a good match. Your merch sells out the one pay-per-view. You're going to get, a percentage of that. You know what I mean? So it's good that they're all starting at the same spot. That's really good because you look at the WWE structure, it's fucking all over the place. So I think that's a really good idea, in my eyes. A lot of people would agree with that. A lot of people are against that. I've seen a lot of people take offense to that, but I really agree with it.
And you're right. It's like you build up and then you see like how popular you get and, So, I got some news. Ooh. Phoenix injured at an AAW wrestling show. He landed awkwardly after hitting a springboard cutter. So the match was ended immediately, and he has a concussion. So at least it's just that, and he should be ready for Double or Nothing. So
good.
Yes.
So an injury scare.
Yes, really, I got scared. I was like, oh, what is going on?
That would suck because that match is literally set out to be probably one of the matches of the night on Double or Nothing. So I think and hope from now he takes it easy. Maybe his wrestling dates that he already has arranged now, he takes it easy in these matches, cuts out a little bit of spots that look dangerous. I know you're there to entertain people, and that's their job, but, you also have now an obligation to have a really, really good match at Double or Nothing that could set off a lot of different chains in the near future. So let's take it down a notch, okay? Okay, let's simmer down.
Simmer down.
Let's not do some scaffold matches or, the stupid hardcore match I keep seeing with what's the deal with fluorescent light bulbs. I don't know why there's an infatuation with that with wrestling. Not the kind of guy who likes that. Every time I see I've seen some videos of people having fluorescent light bulb matches, and they're just coming up with they'll build a table and they tape 30 fluorescent light bulbs to it and they do a table spot. It's just why? Oh, isn't the shit inside chemically dangerous? Just going what is the point? What's the deal? Because they break easy. But we're what the fuck? I don't get it. I'm sorry if people out there that enjoy that kind of shit. I really don't get it. I really don't. But anyways,
I've seen some really bad stuff. Even in
take it easy on concussions. Bottom line.
Yeah. So thank God we need you for Double it. So, there were some leaks of some dates.
Oh.
Some wrestling with AEW got leaked out of what I think it was Wrestle Talk that I actually talked to somebody very close to AEW. So as you know, May 25th, Double or Nothing. There's going to be a unspecific show somewhere in the U.S. in June of 2019.
Ooh.
And there's the Jacksonville, Florida, with portions of the proceeds go to anti-gun crimes in July of 2019. Oh. Also, August 2019, expected to be in London, England. So maybe our friend Craig, maybe you can get some tickets for that.
The summer of AEW, man. They're really pushing for this summer. That's gonna be interesting. So what? That's May with Double or Nothing.
Right. June, we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. July and August, 5 months.
July and August. But wait, then they're saying that there's gonna be an All Out in September of 2019. It's the official sequel to All In and the full launch of the brand prior of the TV tapings beginning.
Oh.
So, back to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Where
All Out.
all out. I'm all out.
Oh
And
man, they're so clever.
I love it. And then October 2019 is going to start the weekly television.
Yeah. Now, I know there's been reports leaked out about the actual TV deal. I didn't want to get them just yet. I kind of want to wait for that. The TV deal is a big, big thing, guys. And we could sit here and speculate on rumors like we've already done for like 3 episodes. I kind of want to wait until it's official before reporting it. So we'll speculate on the TV deal. We're not going to report to you guys anything that's until it's official. I kind of want to wait for that because we never know. They could be like these reports that come out and like, oh, for sure it's going to be this and it's going to be at this time. It's going to be this name. But then it could change, and then, you know, we will look like asses by sitting here saying, oh, yeah, for sure it's going to happen like this. I don't want to report like that. I want to make sure that, like, we obviously report when news and rumors on this show, and we let you know that the news and rumors, take it with a grain of salt. For the TV deal, I feel like it's a really, really big thing because that actually sets you apart from all the other indie companies, that you have a really strong TV deal and, you know, you're looking to compete and you're going to be legit. So I kind of want to wait on that. So until then, we'll kind of just not kind of, we'll talk about it, but we won't, you know, speculate on anything. So yeah, so we're going to move on. Speaking of AEW, we got an AEW star, a recent signee, MJF. He proposed to his girlfriend at an indie show. During an event called the Bizarro Lucha event at the Indiana City Brewing Company in Indianapolis. A weird place for anyways. It's indie shows. AEW's MJF proposed to his girlfriend and fellow wrestler Alley Cat. And Cat obviously accepted the marriage proposal. There is footage on Ringside News' Instagram if you guys want to go watch it, of the proposal, in-ring proposal. So, yeah, good for him. MJF.
Yeah, but did you watch it?
No.
Kyle!
I'm sorry. I know I just reported it and told people to watch it, but I didn't
He
watch
up
it.
after it. He knocked her out.
Oh, really? He knocked her out? Wait, did he, like, super kick her? Stop it. No, he didn't.
I swear to God.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I swear to God.
I think you're lying. There's no way.
It was fake. Cupid
Well,
girl,
okay, it's
please
fake,
Tell
yeah.
Kyle that.
He knocked her out after? What the fuck? Wait, so it wasn't a real marriage proposal?
No.
Oh. I thought it was real. Why didn't you say anything earlier?
I thought you knew.
No.
I swear to God, I thought you knew.
Wow.
My apologies. I thought you knew. I know you saw that, but I thought you saw the video of it. Like,
no, I didn't watch it because I just thought it was a regular marriage proposal.
Sorry.
I've seen millions of marriage proposals everywhere. Why would I, like, sit there and watch it?
See? Cupid girl. She just told you. You have to watch the clip. I thought you were going to talk about that. I didn't know that you were just... I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna just for you. I'm gonna watch it right now. Okay, I can't watch this right now. I'll watch it later. Of course, but I'm just thinking it's a regular. Like, okay, cool. He proposed in the ring. Everyone's gonna be like, yes. Like, no, I'm not gonna. There's nothing in that heading saying he kicked her or anything. Like,
he didn't kick her.
There's nothing in that article I just read that about it. Yeah.
He didn't super kick
but
her.
But there's nothing that I just read that followed that video saying that he did that. So I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Read some other news. Tired of this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Kevin Nash, he gave his advice on monsters and critics. He said, go slow. When asked if he had any advice for AEW, he said, so many rumors, including that the company was initially bankrolled $100 million. He then shared that he believes AEW could do to achieve success within an industry that is on an indie upswing. In wrestling, with the production costs and what it costs to pay for talent, you can go through $100 million pretty quick. So far, from what I've seen, their strategy is to grow slow. You can't compete at somebody that is at the level of WWE.
Oh.
So it's true though, because you mentioned it earlier. You can blow through $1 billion like this, and I'm sure as a female I could do the same thing really freaking quickly. But you want to build slow because you want to have some money for everything that's coming forward. So we'll see. But yeah, of course, you can't compete with WWE right now money wise.
No,
So
they have like in their money flow is just ridiculous. Plus the stocks and everything like that. It's you can't compete. Not right now. Not right now, at least. So we'll see what happens with that. I have faith. I'm sitting here. I really have faith. It looks like that AEW is going to be setting to take off really well once it gets going and gets a TV deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Yeah, once money starts rolling in, then you can start...
I want to pump their I want to pump their tires. Like, I want to sit here and tell you that AEW is going to be... WWE's finally competition to, maybe start smartening up a little bit. But I can't sit here and promise you that because, like, we don't know. We honestly don't know. Yes, we're big fans of AEW and really want them to succeed. It's just like it's a we don't know thing. It's a wait and see, and we literally just have to sit here and support them as much as we can. So
yeah, I mean they're making money. The shirts that everybody's talking about, that it's just a shirt company. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Okay, like. Mm-hmm. Between selling out within 26 minutes, it's
right.
I'm excited. I mean, we've been talking about that. That's why we started the podcast for AEW. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I hope to attend something eventually.
Me too.
But this Friday, I'm going to an indie show.
Oh.
So we'll see. I know I talked about this, that Jungle Boy is going to be there and Penelope Ford, and they just announced that Joey Janela is going to be there as well. So, who's showing up? Young Bucks, Hangman Page, maybe.
Probably Hangman Page in full gear.
In full gear. Oh
full
my God,
gear.
My mind. Trying to have his babies. No.
Well then, on that note, I'm going to move on with the news here. Talk about some Kenny Omega. He's actually completely open to. He said he's completely open to AEW working with WWE. Not sure if that's ever going to happen, but he's open to it. So, while discussing his goals on with AEW on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Kenny Omega said he is open to working with everyone, including the WWE. The biggest stumbling block is that WWE might not be interested. Well, no shit. WWE is. For the longest time now, WWE will not be interested in working with AEW. I'm sorry. As much as they want to I think it's just I think it's because he wants to stay on good terms. I think eventually Kenny in the future might want to do like a one-shot stint in WWE, but just not right now. He says, quote, we have an open door to everyone. When I say everyone, I mean everyone. I wouldn't want to put the cart before the horse, but even myself, I'm completely open to working with a place like WWE. Like, there is no evil entity. There is no war. We'll see about that. What we are in celebration of professional wrestling, and that means, hey, guess what? The CMLL guys that are the AA guys hate, or the AA guys that New Japan hates. Well, some of their guys are better than your guys. That's just the way it is. We're going to use the best that there is available to us, and we're going to have a very peaceful celebratory ring where everyone can share their craft and show their art. I think we're going to have a number of dream matches, or just, I don't even know if we could call them dream matches, but you can call them matches you never thought you would see in a wrestling ring. I think it's going to create a more interesting landscape in professional wrestling for 2019 and beyond. I'm really excited about that because, again, there is all these different guys from all these different places that I've never had a chance to work with, and suddenly the door's blown wide open. So, it's funny because there's a YouTube video out there that will be posted on the YouTube account of Kenny Omega making this first appearance a long, long time ago, and it's it's funny. You guys have to go check it out. So next time you're on WWE's YouTube channel, type in Kenny Omega, and you're gonna see something funny. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But anyways, yes. So as much as Kenny Omega wants to sit here and say that he's open to working with WWE with AEW, it's never gonna happen. WWE is doing all the stops right now to have their people not leave for AEW. So I doubt they want to work with them.
Nah.
Just saying.
Not happening.
Not happening. Just saying. All right, Tiff. Got any more? Got some news? Or do you want me to continue?
No, continue.
I will continue. Okay. So speaking of WWE, former member of WWE, and I guess I don't know. We'll see what happens with him. But Batista in talks with WWE and AEW. She's talking to both. Batista. It looks like the bidding war for top names might be at an all-time high because Batista is said to be discussing the idea of coming into work for WWE again or the All Elite Wrestling at the same time. Don't know how he's going to do that. The Animal teased a match against Triple H at SmackDown 1000, but the game's injury has caused WWE to nix that contest. However, there is also a chance that he could come back in and to work a match at the Show of Shows. There might be a big problem, and that is All Elite's wrestling interest in the Guardian of the Galaxy star as well. Pro Wrestling Sheet reports that Batista is in talks with WWE, but also AEW right now about coming in. The Animal and WWE are discussing a possible WrestleMania 35 match, but the Elite is on another viable option. Batista's WrestleMania match is said to be a 50-50 as of right now, but he also isn't turning away with discussions with AEW. We'll keep you updated with more information, yada, 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 yada. So, I think that's the thing. He wants to wrestle, but I imagine Batista really he's only going to go to WrestleMania 35 if a match that he wants and he wants to wrestle. If not, I think that's why he's still keeping AEW in his side pocket, because he's like, okay, so if I'm not going to have a match at WrestleMania 35, I might as well sign with AEW, maybe have a really cool, good match. I think he should come to AEW. I think we need to see Batista in a different type of role. I think I think he's another wrestler that we've said before that we think it would be more beneficial for him to come to AEW because he's going to have a lot more creative freedom with storyline-wise, promo-wise, and even in-match technician-wise. He's going to have a lot more for him to do whatever he wants. And I think with Batista's age, and he's still in great shape, the guy's in like the best shape of his life, he can actually probably have a decent wrestling match. And, obviously they're going to use him promotional-wise, like when we were talking about Brock Lesnar. He's going to be there just to promote and get eyes on AEW. So I don't see him being like in a marquee main event match, but he's going to be on the card if he does decide to come on over to AEW if he doesn't have a WrestleMania 35 match. So that's to me, it's interesting, and I probably welcome him coming in with the AEW.
Well, all these wrestlers are like held back in WWE, so I don't know. I mean, if we do get some WWE people to come to AEW, it'd be interesting to see different stuff. And I think that's what I like about going back and watching old like Ring of Honor and New Japan stuff, is that you see, like, even like I was watching old stuff like Ricochet.
He's sick.
Yeah,
he watches like Prince Puma stuff in Lucha Underground. Unreal matches he had in there. So he would be huge. I wish he wasn't. To me, like, I wish he was signed to WWE because I've been wanting him to come to WWE for a while. Now he's in NXT. He's going to do so good. I'm afraid for him to go to the main roster. I would have loved for him to be with AEW right now because he can have so many good matches in there, and he could be such a good, like a huge star. Even though apparently, from what I've read earlier last year, some reports last year, whether or not they're true, there are a lot of officials in WWE love Ricochet and love his work, and they're keeping an eye on him. So maybe he doesn't go to 205, which everyone thinks he's going to go to when he gets called up. But he's going to be NXT for a while. I don't think he's going to go get called up anytime soon. So. But yeah, Ricochet would be sweet. Just not gonna happen. Sucks.
Just like NXT, everybody should just leave and go to AEW. So wait, I actually have a question for you. Okay. What are your thoughts with the Revival winning the tag team titles last night?
Too late. This doesn't change anything. They're only doing it so they wouldn't leave. Like, don't people sit here and actually defend this crap. No, they're only doing this because they're gonna leave. How does this get justified that they automatically win the titles now and everything's okay? Look, no, we can stop complaining. No. They've been treated like shit ever since they got called up. You can't just automatically give them the titles now and think everything they've just done with them just gets blown away and that's it. No, I can't accept this title win because it doesn't feel legit. It doesn't feel right. These guys should have been the top guys. Like, they promote themselves right out of the gate. Mm-hmm. And obviously they went through injury, but, it could have been different. And now that they're automatically getting a title, they automatically get the titles now. You don't think it's a fucking coincidence that?
Oh yeah, it is a coincidence.
It doesn't make. They wouldn't be getting the titles right now if AEW wasn't going on. If all this AEW crap wasn't happening, they wouldn't be getting the championships right now. I can guarantee that. They probably around some other shitty made-believe tag team they'll put together. Like, it probably would have been, I guarantee you, the match would have been Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil, or Apollo Crews and Lio Rush. It wouldn't be anything like what we got last night. So let's just, everyone that are sitting there defending this crap, give your head a shake. So.
I hope they leave too.
We'll see.
They were so good in NXT. It's disgusting. Like,
look at everyone that's just gotten
really
called up.
matches.
Everyone's done fuck all since getting called up recently.
Yeah.
The heavy machinery. EC3 just lost on a roll up. They're not doing anything with Nikki Cross that's relevant enough. And like Lacey Evans, I know they really love her. I guess they're waiting to prime her up. So like no one's done anything. Like getting called up from NXT, you just get ruined. You don't go anywhere. Like it's sad. Look at a guy like No Way Jose. Guy was actually like half decent in NXT. Gets called up, never see him anymore. When you do, he's basically Adam Rose 2.0. Plain and simple. I could sit here and argue about this all day, but you are not. So move on. And speaking of WWE people coming over, I got some news on Dean Ambrose that actually potentially, if this is all not a work, or if this is all a work, or if this is not all a work, he could work the Double or Nothing event. Even though there would be mentioning that Ambrose was using AEW to get more money out of his contract only upset him more, he could still end up with the Elite. It was previously stated that All Elite Wrestling has interest in Dean Ambrose. He might be known as John Moxley once again on the Indies. However, if Ambrose's contract is up at the end of April and lets it expire, Ringside News has been told that there will not be a no compete clause in place for the Lunatic Fringe. On top of that, even though WWE could extend Dean Ambrose's contract for 10 months, he was out injured last year, and it doesn't appear as if they are going to do that either. Therefore, the idea of Ambrose working AEW's Double or Nothing event on May 25th is actually a strong possibility if this is not all a work. So, I think it'd be sweet. Again, like we said before with Dean Ambrose, if it's not a work and he's really going to come on over and he's really leaving WWE, all power to him, because I think he could be a really huge superstar with the All Elite Wrestling. So
him versus Jimmy Havoc?
Yeah, like there's so many dream matches they can have, and he could go back to his hardcore routes when he was John Moxley before WWE. So again, like we said before, we hope if it's not a work, he comes over. If it's a work, WWE played us like a fiddle. Like there's nothing else much to say. But that's interesting that there's actually a chance he could come on over.
Just show up at Double or Nothing.
Just show up. Yeah.
Show up.
Yeah.
No pointing at WrestleMania side.
He'd be sick too. I think he's another guy. that could have good in-ring matches with a lot of people too, with more creative freedom. So.
Oh yeah. He's held back too. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's going to be sweet. I hope it's not a work. I hope he comes over.
Yeah.
And if not, who cares? AEW is going to succeed. They're doing all the right things right now. They're signing all the right people. Like it's still, even without all like WWE favorites coming over, you look at their roster they already have already, and the announced matches for Double or Nothing. Like it's still going to be sweet. Like it's when they get their TV deal, there's going to be so many eyes on that. And I've seen a lot of haters saying like this is going to be just like Impact Wrestling. They're going to do just as good as that, nothing more. Like, give it a chance.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be anywhere close to Impact Wrestling. Not even close. It's going to be better than that for sure. And I think with the right direction, I think they're really taking this slow and they're really thinking this through. They're not going to do the mistakes that WCW did. They're going to learn from that and they're going to do better. We both really have a lot of faith in AEW and hope it really does succeed, because it's one of the reasons why we started this podcast. We really, really hope and really do think it's going to succeed, and we want to be your number one source for AEW. So, and when the TV deal does happen and we get a weekly television shows, we're going to be doing weekly reviews on that. This is going to be your source for that. We're going to do maybe even 2 shows a week, one for the review and one for news and rumors and anything like that. So, Yes.
A lot of news.
But that's all I had written down for today.
Yeah, that's all I had. And we didn't get any fan tweets today.
That's okay. So if you guys, speaking of that, if you guys because you don't know when we're going to be dropping in. So at random times, if you have a question that you want it to be brought up, you hear something before our next episode and you have a question about it, you want us to answer and you want to hear our opinions on it, just tweet at us. You can at All Elite Pod or use the hashtag ask. I don't know what our hashtag is.
Damn it, Kyle.
Is it ask Elite Pod? Like,
I think it's that one.
see, we have to make an official hashtag. I'm gonna put it. I'm actually gonna put it here.
This is
I'll
why
put
I'm
it. I'm gonna put it here. Hey, stop it! I'm gonna put it here in the layout. Sorry, I'm gonna put it here in the layout because we have our Twitter handle in the layout. I'm gonna put it in here. And for you guys listening on the go, once we get here in a second, we'll let you guys know what our hashtag is for you guys to put in your tweet. That way we can go and find your tweet and then read it on the air, read your question on the air. We'll give you a shout out, and then we'll answer the question, give you our, basically just our, our take on it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I really don't have anything else for news, so hopefully by the next episode, whenever that may be, ladies and gentlemen, again, it's going to be a random time, so you make sure you are following us on Twitter at All Elite Pod. Make sure you're following us on Instagram if you want to, or actually please go follow us on Instagram and follow us on Facebook. Everything is in the link down in the YouTube description for you guys to click and go follow. You can also follow myself and Tiffany on Twitter at Real Kyle Masters, at Loves to Dream 82. Make sure you are subscribed to us on YouTube and hitting that bell icon to make sure you know when we're live and when all our uploads will be for this show and every other show on the network, which includes some retro content for WWE. It includes NXT and main roster reviews and some UK content as well. Everything is on there for you guys to enjoy. We are also available on listening to on the go on Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Spotify. So check us out, guys, wherever is easier and convenient for you to listen to us.
Yes. You girl, did you want to call in? She said she was going to call in, but she got a warning the last time.
Yes, because this is AEW. Listen now. If you're calling to the show, you keep it AEW related.
Yes.
Just saying.
Hashtag you know what.
Yes.
So, I'm even
Cupid Girl, unfortunately, so hold your call today. Unfortunately, because of my schedule today, we can't take calls. I unfortunately got called into work early because of the stupid ice storm, because all the snowflakes out there are calling in sick today, so I had to get called in. And this is stupid. I'm sorry. This is off topic here, but I've walked to school in worse back when I was going to school, and now this is barely nothing. And people are getting called off work. The schools are closed. People are acting like this is the fucking apocalypse. Like, let's simmer down, people. We've been through worse. And I'm not talking about the millennials. I'm even talking about the people who've gone through this worse shit or are calling this horrible. Like, let's simmer down a little bit, okay? It took me 3 minutes to get dust off my car. Let's take it easy. Let's, put on our big boy pants and let's go to work, honestly. So I just saying, that's my little rant for today. I apologize, but I do apologize for no calls today, guys. We'll do phone calls for the next show. I couldn't because scheduling wise, I got to go into work early because of the snowflakes out there. So, and not talking about the weather. I'm talking about people.
I'm a snowflake according to Kyle too. So.
Sometimes, not all the time. You got thick skin. You can take it.
I can handle it from Kyle.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for episode 8 of the All Elite podcast, titled 26 Minutes, with the great sellout of Double or Nothing selling out in 26 minutes. Good for them. Hopefully get you guys some more news, and hopefully some bigger news comes out by the next episode. Again, we'll let you know when the next episode will be. We'll drop it on our Twitter accounts and everywhere, Facebook, Instagram. Again, all descriptions are down in the description below on the YouTube version of this video. I'm your host, as always, guys, Kyle Masters, the CEO of the No Holds Barred Network, and I'm always joined by the beautiful Tiffany, Loves to Dream 82 on Twitter, and we will see you next time for the next episode.